Today, my question for you is, what is your power phrase? And some of you might be thinking, I have no idea what you're talking about. What is a power phrase? So a power phrase is kind of like a go-to phrase that you remind yourself of in those moments of self-doubt. So for instance, for myself, my power phrase is, I got this. So whenever I am stepping out of my comfort zone, or I'm going through a struggle, or a first-time situation, for instance, like say I'm going to a job interview, or you might be going on a first date, or something that is uncomfortable for you or a little bit scary, that power phrase is going to help you get through that situation. So like I said, for me, it's I got this. So I will remind myself before I do something that's new to me, or before I go to a place where I don't know anybody, that I got this. So I just encourage you to create a power phrase that works for you. And the thing is, it can be something that you just say internally inside your mind, or it can be something that you say aloud. So some other examples that you might use is, I will get through this. So if it's a struggle, just remind yourself that I will get through this, or I'm going to be amazing. So if it's something that, like I said, you're stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something that's new to you, you could use that as your power phrase. Or it could be something like, I am good enough, or God is good. So whatever resonates with you based on, your situation or your life. For me, I got this. I have said that to myself for years. Before I even knew to call it a power phrase, I was saying that to myself just to help remind myself that, hey, I got this. So I encourage you to come up with a power phrase that you can refer to whenever you might be going through something. Because the thing about it is, we all have struggles in life. Life is never perfect. It never goes as we have planned. So I just encourage you to create that power phrase that you can use when things may not be going that well. And I will share with you that, even though I have this power phrase, I had to remind myself to use it because I've been struggling a little bit this last week or so. Just had one situation, and then it just felt like it snowballed. And so I didn't remind myself that I got this. So last night I was reading personal development, and wouldn't you know it, the chapter of the book was called I Got This. So it was like, how does this guy know me? Like, I felt like he was talking to me as I'm reading this, and talked about how one small negative situation, the way that your mind perceives that, can be spread amongst like basically everything, and then it just turns into everything seems negative, and then you can't get out of it. So you've got to put in your mind that power phrase and pull yourself out and make it about perception. So the other thing that he talked about in the book is, picture your life like a railroad track. And if you look to the left, that's going to be your past. And if you think about it, in your past, you've had a lot of hurdles that you've overcome, a lot of struggles you've been through, but you know what? You made it through those. You are still here. You made it through those, and you didn't like kill yourself. You didn't, yes, obviously you struggled, but you made it through. And, then you look at now and where you are, and then you look to the right, and that's your future. Well, your future, you know what? You can have it all planned out, but it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be bumps in the roads, just like there were in your past. So as you go through the future, you just have to know that that power phrase is always going to be there for you, and you have to reflect back on those things in the past, and hey, you made it through it. You survived. Those are part of your story. They part of what make you you. And so just remember that, as you're going through those struggles, that's okay, because that's part of life and you will get through them. And the other thing is, definitely don't dwell on the past, but make sure you take a step back or a couple steps back and you look at the big picture of your life, because really what you might be going through right now, it's probably not nearly as big of a deal as what you are making it out to be. And I say that because I am so guilty of that myself. But just, make sure that you really put things into perspective in the whole scheme of life, and it's just a little bump in the road and you will get through it. And just remember that you got this. So if you have a power phrase, comment below with what your power phrase is. If you don't have one, I encourage you to pick one out, and maybe in the comment thread something will resonate with you, and that can be your power phrase. Or if you want ideas, just message me, comment below, and I'm more than happy to share some other ideas with you. Or like the book I mentioned in here, I'm happy to share more information about that too. So look forward to chatting with you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.